The Joan García folder is as it is. This week will be decisive. We already know that there are two Premier League teams, Newcastle and City, that are interested in Porto de lo Catalán. And what I mentioned to Romero yesterday, is it true that Real Madrid has asked Joan García's representatives about the situation with Porto de lo Catalán? Because at Madrid they say that, well, if Looney finally ends up leaving, then wouldn't they consider bringing in Joan García? As usual, Madrid must meddle in all affairs. Barça is already working on a deal, and they are in the best position to secure it. And Madrid has to get involved as always, attempting to create some excitement, but that's how things are. As of today, I don't have any information. If it's true, I can promise you and swear it. I've received Instagram messages from channel subscribers for many years. I mean, from people I really trust, who are from the area, who are neighbors of Joan García. This isn't any official information, it's just messages I've received, so everyone can take it as they want. But they've told me that on a somewhat private level. Joan García's family supports Barça. I've been told and have Instagram messages showing that Joan García and his family are Barça fans. What happens is that, obviously, he went to Espanyol, and well, his sports career, everything he's done in his sports career, he's done at Espanyol. And publicly, well, they're not going to say it, but people very close to his family, people from his hometown and so on, the messages I've received are, Adri, it's not information, but it's a fact. These Barça fans are passionate about music, but they won't openly admit their team allegiance. But this is football, and anything can happen here. With countless factors and possibilities, we'll ultimately have to wait and see. We'll see, but I reiterate, I don't believe the situation will persist for an extended period. It's true that Barça also wants to know what fair play they have. But I honestly think that to register a player like Joan García, who is not going to have a very high salary, I don't think we're going to have any kind of problem. I don't think so. And I also don't think that's going to be a big handicap. Not to say, hey, damn, what's going on? Is he being registered or not? I don't think there will be any issue. Also, I believe Barça will implement the one-to-one rule from the start. Unofficially, considering our income and upcoming departures, I expect changes. I think Barça, the league is going to calculate it, and we're going to be under the one-to-one rule. And from there, I think we can be calm. And about Ter Stegen, I already said it publicly on my Twitter account when I heard the Barça goalkeeper and captain speak with the German national team. I said it very clearly. I gave my point of view that Ter Stegen was playing his cards. And that story of, I'm calm, I'm staying in Barcelona, no one has told me anything. That story will change. Just give it time. It's gonna change. Because obviously he has a contract with Migor. He has every right to defend his position. But if the club is making moves, stirring things up to bring in a young goalkeeper, they've renewed Chesney's contract. So it's obvious the most likely thing is that Ter Stegen will leave. So that speech about I'm calm and will play here next year, nobody has told me anything yet. We'll see if they talk to him or not. Me, if nothing goes wrong and everything goes as Barça wants and expects, Joan García will be a Barça player. Let's hope he accepts the offer from the Blaugrana team. And from there, I think things will start moving as well. The departure of Ter Stegen. That's what I think, that once one thing is set in motion, the other will just be a matter of minutes. At the moment, that to the east, to the person, when Ter Stegen's representative is informed that Joan García is going to arrive and that they want him to have a lot of minutes and to be a starter and so on, they're going to say, hey, we can't guarantee that Ter Stegen will be the starting goalkeeper. This is the situation. If you want to stay, stay. But this is how things are. I mean, I think that because if that move happens, Joan García will notice, and in the end, he'll end up leaving. That's what I think, you know? That's what I think. But we'll see, we'll see. In fact, there's a photo about the family topic I mentioned to you and of Joan García himself. There's a photo of Joan García that I also shared on Twitter that I found and shared a while ago. I sent them to someone who requested them a couple of days ago. Joan García He has a photograph from when he was a child with his parents, with his family. Look, here is Joan García visiting the museum. A Barça match at Camp Nou. So, folks, it's not just that he's a Perico, he's a real Perico. And he leaves. He won't want to come to Barcelona because people will turn against him. He will undoubtedly face pressure. The kid will have pressure, that's absolutely clear. But careful, because the Barça train doesn't come knocking at your door every day. Not every day of your life does the Barça train come knocking at your door. And even more, look at this image. If as a kid, what you talked about at home, what you lived, what you loved, was this crest up here. If now that you're at an age where you're offered a contract to play for the best team in the world with this squad, young with the ninja, not good with Hansi Flick, he's a really good kid, obviously, I understand. That there could be a better offer, financially speaking. And also with an interesting project from City. It could be, right? Newcastle showers you with money, and Madrid, with Florentino, tempts you by offering everything you could want, right? We'll see, we'll see. But Juan, a culé and Catalan, who currently plays for Espanyol as a Perico, will indeed continue to do so. But in the end, that gets forgotten. Ferran Chugla was also from Espanyol. He came to Barça, moved up to the first team, scored his goal with Koeman, and then he was the springboard that allowed him to play in... He's in Belgium now, right? He went to Club Brugge, if I'm not mistaken, Ferran Chugla, who came from Espanyol, or even Bueno himself. There are more players, including historic ones, who played for both Espanyol and Barça, though I can't recall their names at the moment. It's okay, I don't think that will be a problem. The problem is that the kid has to think it through very carefully, although maybe he already knows, but he probably wants to take his time to say it. But I don't think it will take more than a week, so just stay calm, but I think everything will work out and we'll see. We'll see, because Joan Garcia's file is hotter than ever. And as I said, we're just hours away from knowing the outcome of this soap opera of the season finale. Will Joan Garcia become a culé? Let me know in the comments and I'll read your thoughts. Barça yesterday, today, always. Coolers, is it happening? I think so. We'll see.